A dusty village market. A poor girl selling tomatoes. A rich man steps out of a black car. He laughs at her. "You are dirty. Your life is nothing." He throws money on the ground. People watch. The girl does not touch the money. She picks her tomatoes. She looks at him. She says one line. "My life is not for sale, sir." That day, he did not know this. This poor girl would one day break his pride. Subscribe for real stories like this. The sun rose slowly over the village near Lagos. The air was dry. Dust slept on the road like brown powder. Small mud houses stood close together. Smoke came out from cooking fires. Goats walked freely. Chickens scratched the ground. Life was simple, but hard. At the borehole, a long line had already formed. Women held buckets. Children cried for water. Some laughed. Some argued. Everyone waited. Not far from there was the small market. Wooden tables. Old umbrellas. Noise of buying and selling. This was where people survived. That morning, Amina walked into the market. She was young. Her dress was old, but clean. It had been washed many times. Her slippers were worn, but her steps were calm. On her head was a small tray. Tomatoes, pepper, a little onion. That was all she had to sell. Amina greeted people softly. "Good morning." Most did not answer. Some looked through her like air. Poor people were easy to ignore. Amina did not complain. She was used to it. She sold near the road, close to the dust. Cars passed fast. Bikes made loud noise. She stood there and waited. Inside her heart, she carried worry. At home, her mother was sick. Mama Rahila could not stand well again. Her cough had grown worse. At night, it filled the small mudroom. Their house was tiny. One room, one mat, a leaking roof. When rain came, water entered. Amina worked for both of them. She cooked. She cleaned. She sold food. She prayed. That morning, Mama Rahila had held her hand. Her hand was hot. "My child," she said, "sell well today." Amina nodded. She smiled. But fear sat in her chest. Back in the market, women talked loudly. News moved fast in villages. "Have you heard?" One woman said. "The chief's only son is coming today." Another laughed. "From the city. Very rich. He does not greet poor people," one added. "He looks at us like dirt." Some women smiled. Some adjusted their clothes. Some wanted to be seen. Amina heard everything. She stayed quiet. Rich or poor, it did not change her tomatoes. Then the sound came. A deep engine growl. Loud. Heavy. Heads turned. Selling stopped. Children ran to the road. Dust rose into the air. A big black car entered the market road. Shiny. Clean. Different from everything around it. People stepped aside quickly. Some bowed their heads. Some waved with both hands. Amina did not move fast enough. She was counting her change. The car stopped close to her table. The door opened. Shoes touched the ground. Clean shoes. City shoes. Amina lifted her eyes. A man stood there. Tall. Well-dressed. Dark glasses. Pride in his walk. The market went quiet. Amina felt her heart beat faster. She did not know why, but something felt heavy in the air. The man looked around the market. Mud. Dust. Poor people. His lips curled. Amina held her tray tighter. Her fingers shook. She did not know that this moment, this dusty morning, would divide her life into two parts. Before this man, and after him.
I'm Cairo. Welcome to African Tales by Cairo. This story is emotional. Please subscribe.
The man stepped fully out of the car. The door closed with a heavy sound. Dust moved around his shoes, but did not touch them. He adjusted his jacket. He removed his dark glasses. His eyes moved slowly over the market. Mud tables, old umbrellas, bare feet, sweating faces. His face changed. This was not his world. Some people rushed forward. "Welcome, sir." "Good morning, sir." One man bent low, too low. The rich man did not smile. He did not answer. He only nodded once. His driver stood close, strong, silent. "Clear the road," the man said. His voice was sharp. "Why do people stand anywhere?" The driver waved his hand. "Move! Move!" People jumped aside. Baskets fell. Someone shouted. Amina stood frozen. Her tray was still on her head. She was counting coins in her mind. The car moved a little. Too close. The edge of the car hit her table. Not hard, but enough. The tray tilted. Tomatoes rolled, one by one, red on brown dust. People gasped. Amina cried out softly, "No. Please." She dropped to her knees. She tried to save them. Her fingers touched dust. Her heart dropped with them. The rich man looked down. At the tomatoes. At the girl. He frowned. "What is this?" he said. "Are you blind?" Amina lifted her head. Her eyes were wet. "I'm sorry, sir," she said. "My tray fell." The man laughed. A short laugh. Cold. "Sorry?" he said. "Is sorry your work?" Some people laughed with him. Not loud, but enough. Others stayed quiet. Fear sealed their mouths. The man stepped closer. The smell of strong perfume filled the air. "Poor girl," he said. "Always blocking the road." He looked at her dress. He looked at her hands. "Dirty," he added. "You smell bad?" Amina felt heat in her face. Her chest hurt. But she did not speak. The man put his hand in his pocket. He pulled out money. Clean notes. He threw them on the ground. They fell beside the tomatoes. "Take it," he said. "This is more than your life is worth." The market froze. Money lay on dust. Red tomatoes. Brown ground. Amina stared at it. Her hands shook. That money could buy food. It could buy medicine. It could help her mother breathe at night. Her throat closed. She heard her mother's cough in her head. She felt the hunger of many days. People waited. They leaned forward. "Pick it," someone whispered. The rich man smiled. A proud smile. "Yes," he said. "Pick it." Amina took a deep breath. Slow. Painful. She reached forward. The man watched closely. But her hand did not touch the money. She picked a tomato. Then another. She placed them back on her tray. One by one. The smile on the man's face faded. The market held its breath. Amina stood up slowly. Dust on her knees. Tears in her eyes. She looked at him. Not with anger. With calm. "My life is not for sale, sir," she said. The words fell heavy. Silence spread. The rich man's face tightened. His pride shook. He did not expect this. Not from a poor girl. Not in front of everyone. His jaw locked. Something dark crossed his eyes. The village had just seen it, and nothing would be the same again. Stay with this story, and subscribe with a kind heart. More truths are coming. The silence did not break at once. It sat on the market like a stone, heavy, cold. People looked at each other. No one spoke. The rich man stared at Amina. His eyes burned. Her words had touched his pride. "What did you say?" he asked. His voice was low, dangerous. Amina did not answer again. She bent down. She fixed her tray. Her hands shook. But she did not rush. The rich man laughed. This time, it was loud, harsh. "Listen to her," he said. "Listen to this poor girl." He turned to the crowd. He spread his hands. "Do you hear this? She thinks she has value." Some people laughed. Not because it was funny. Because they were afraid. Others looked away. They did not want trouble. The man stepped closer to Amina. Too close. "You smell like dust," he said. "Your clothes are tired. Your life is small." Each word hit like a slap. Amina felt her chest tighten. Her eyes burned. But she stood still. "I came from the city," the man said. "I own houses. I drive big cars." He pointed at the ground. "And you sell food in dirt." He kicked the money with his shoe. It slid closer to her feet. "Pick it," he said again. "Be thankful." Amina looked at the money. Then she looked at the people. She saw faces she knew. Women she greeted every day. Men who passed her table. No one stepped forward. Her heart broke a little. But her back stayed straight. She shook her head once. The rich man's face changed. Red. Hard. "So you are proud now?" he said. "Poor girls should not be proud." He lifted her tray. Just a little. Tomatoes fell again. More this time. They burst on the dust. Red spread like blood. A sound rose from the crowd. A soft cry. Amina closed her eyes. She breathed in. She breathed out. She knelt down. Slow. The rich man smiled. He thought he had won. But Amina did not touch the money. She picked the tomatoes. 1, 2, 3. She wiped them on her dress. Carefully, the market went quiet again. An old man stood near the tree. Baba Musa, an elder with tired eyes. He watched everything. He said nothing. Amina stood up. Her knees were dusty. Her hands were red. She looked at the rich man. Her voice was soft, but clear. "You can keep your money," she said, "but you cannot buy my respect." The crowd gasped. The rich man stepped back. Not in fear, in shock. No one had spoken to him like this before. "You will regret this," he said. His voice shook. Amina did not answer. She lifted her tray. Broken. Light. She turned away from him. From the crowd, she walked slowly. Past laughing mouths. Past silent eyes. Each step hurt, but each step was strong. Behind her, the rich man stood still. His pride was bleeding, and he hated it. From far away, a church bell rang. Once, twice. People turned their heads. A young boy ran into the market, breathing hard. "A message," he shouted. "From the chief." The rich man looked toward the square. So did Amina. Neither of them knew it yet, but this insult, this dusty moment, had tied their lives together, and what was coming next would force them to face each other again. Stay with this story. Subscribe for real stories from the heart. The church bell faded into the air. People slowly began to talk again. Whispers filled the market. Amina walked away from the road. Her tray was light. Her heart was heavy. Some people looked at her. Some shook their heads. Some felt shame. No one stopped her. She walked past the borehole. Women stood in line. They stared at her, but no one spoke. Dust followed her steps. When she reached home, the sun was already high. Her house stood alone, small, weak, like it could fall at any time. Amina pushed the door open. Inside, Mama Rahila lay on the mat. Her breath was slow. Her chest moved with pain. Amina dropped her tray. She rushed to her mother. "Mama," she said softly. Mama Rahila opened her eyes. She tried to smile, but it was hard. "You came back early," she said. Amina nodded. She did not speak. She went to the corner. She poured water into a cup. She helped her mother drink. Mama Rahila touched her hand. It was dusty. It was shaking. "What happened?" she asked. Amina tried to be strong, but her voice broke. She told her everything. The car, the money, the words. Tears rolled down her face. She wiped them fast. Mama Rahila listened. Quietly, when Amina finished, the room stayed silent. Mama Rahila coughed. Long, deep. Then she spoke. "My child," she said, "poverty can bend the body, but it must not break the soul." Amina knelt beside her. "I was scared," she whispered. Mama Rahila nodded. "So was I," she said, "but you stood tall." She held Amina's face. "You did well," she said. "You did not sell your heart." Amina closed her eyes. Those words stayed with her. Outside, the village moved on. At the big house near the square, the rich man sat inside. David, a rich man with loud pride, he paced the floor. Back and forth, his driver stood near the door, silent. "Did you see her face?" David said. "She embarrassed me." The driver did not answer. "In front of everyone?" David continued. "A poor girl." He picked up his phone. He made a call. "These village people have no respect," he said. "They forget who owns this land." He ended the call. His jaw was tight. "This place is too small," he said. "Too dirty." Outside his window, children played in dust. They laughed. David looked away. Back in the small house, Amina sat alone. Her mother slept. Amina looked at the tomatoes left. Few, bruised. She counted the money she had earned. It was little. She pressed her lips together. "I must be strong," she whispered. That night, the village gathered at the square. Men talked in low voices. Women shared news. An old man stood among them. Baba Musa, an elder with calm wisdom. He had seen everything. "Pride is loud," he said, "but truth is patient." Some nodded. Some did not understand. Baba Musa looked toward Amina's house. His eyes were thoughtful. That same night, a message arrived from the city. It came from the chief. It spoke of plans, big plans, a new borehole, a new school, and a need for someone honest. The message would be read in public, very soon. As Amina lay on the mat beside her mother, she stared at the roof. Rain began to fall. Water dripped through holes. Each drop sounded loud. She did not know it yet, but the ground was shifting. The market insult was not the end. It was the beginning. Do not miss what comes next. Subscribe and walk with this story. The next morning, the village square was full. People stood close together. Old men, young boys, women with babies on their backs. The sun was hot. Dust moved under many feet. A village messenger stood in the middle. He held a paper. His voice was loud. "Listen, everyone," he said. "This message is from the chief." The crowd grew quiet. "Chief Okan sends greetings from the city," the messenger read. "He plans to build a new borehole and a new school." A soft cheer rose. Water was life. School was hope. "But," the messenger continued, "the chief needs one person from this village. One honest person. One person to help manage the work." People looked around. Some smiled. Some pushed forward. "The elders will choose," the messenger said. "There will be a small test on Sunday. At the church." Whispers spread like fire. "I will try," one man said. "I can count money," said another. Amina stood at the edge. She listened. She said nothing. She held her broken tray. Her fingers were tight around it. David stood near the front. His arms were crossed. His face was hard. "They need help?" he said to himself. "This village needs me." He laughed under his breath. After the crowd broke, Baba Musa walked slowly. He found Amina near the borehole. She was washing tomatoes. "Amina," he called. She turned fast. "Yes, Baba." Baba Musa looked at her face. He saw tired eyes, but strong ones. "I saw what you did yesterday," he said. Amina lowered her head. "You did not sell yourself," he said. "That takes courage." She said nothing. "Can you read?" Baba Musa asked. Amina froze. "A little," she said. "Very little." Baba Musa nodded. "That is enough." He leaned closer. "There will be a test," he said. "Not for money, for truth. If you know." Amina's heart raced. "They will laugh at me," she said. "I am only a poor girl." Baba Musa smiled. "Let them laugh today," he said. "One day, they will clap." That evening, Amina sat in the small house. Her mother watched her. "What is in your heart?" Mama Rahila asked. Amina told her about the test. Mama Rahila listened. Her breathing was slow. "You must go," she said. "Even if you fail." Amina shook her head. "I am afraid." Mama Rahila held her hand. "Fear means you care," she said. "Do not let it stop you." That night, Amina found the old books. They were torn. The pages were yellow. A teacher had left them long ago. She lit a small lantern. The flame danced. She read slowly, word by word. Outside, insects sang. In the big house, David drank tea. He spoke loudly. "They will choose me," he said. "I know business. I know the city." His driver nodded. David smiled. He felt sure. Sunday came fast. The church was full. Benches were tight. Elders sat in front. David sat among them. Young people lined up. Amina stood at the back. Her dress was the same. Clean. Simple. Her hands were cold. The pastor spoke. "We will test reading," he said. "And the heart." Names were called. One by one, Amina waited. She closed her eyes. She breathed in. She breathed out. Then she heard it. "Amina," the pastor said. "Daughter of Mama Rahila." The church turned. Whispers rose. David looked up. He frowned. Amina stepped forward. Slow, calm. She did not know it yet, but the path before her was opening. The church felt warm and full. Many eyes followed Amina. She could hear her heart. She stood in front of the elders. Her hands were close to her body. Her feet were bare. David sat near the front. His legs were crossed. His face showed no interest. The pastor held a small book, old, soft at the edges. "Read this," he said. Amina took the book. Her fingers touched the page. She swallowed. She began to read, slow at first, then steady. Her voice was clear. Each word came out clean. The church went quiet. Some people leaned forward. They listened closely. David lifted his head. His eyes narrowed. Amina finished the passage. She looked up. "Thank you," the pastor said. Next came questions. Simple ones. "What is 5 plus 5? Who should you help first?" Amina answered each one. Calm. Sure. Others before her had failed. They guessed. They laughed in shame. Amina did not laugh. She did not smile. David tapped his foot. He felt uneasy. Then the pastor asked one more question. "If you find money on the road," he said, "what will you do?" People murmured. Some young men laughed. "I will take it." one said. God has blessed me. Laughter filled the room. Amina waited. When it was her turn, she spoke softly. I will look for the owner. She said, someone may cry tonight. The laughter died. Silence returned. Baba Musa smiled. The elders nodded slowly. David felt a sting. The words hit him. The pastor closed the book. We have seen enough, he said. He looked around the church. True poverty is not in the pocket, he said. It lives in the heart. People whispered. Then he spoke again. The person chosen is Amina. Gasps filled the church. Some clapped. Others stayed quiet. David froze. A poor girl? The pastor raised his hand. She will help manage the school, he said. And the borehole accounts. Amina's knees shook. She held the bench. Baba Musa helped her sit. Tears filled her eyes. Not of pain. Of fear. After the church emptied, a boy ran in. He held a phone. Message from the chief, he said. The elders gathered. The voice came through the speaker. Well done, Chief Okan said. I want to meet the chosen person. David will come with me. David felt his chest tighten. Meet her? The girl he insulted? He swallowed. Outside, Amina stood alone. She looked at the sky. Clouds moved slowly. Her life had shifted, and the man who shamed her would soon face her again. Neither of them knew how. That meeting would end. The village hall was quiet that morning. Too quiet. People sat on wooden benches. Some stood near the walls. Everyone waited. David arrived early. He wore a clean shirt, city style, sharp. He believed the meeting was for elders, or rich traders, not for a poor girl. He crossed his legs. He checked his phone. He felt important. Baba Musa sat close by, calm, watching. Soon, a screen was set at the front. A video call rang. Chief Okan appeared. Gray hair, strong voice. Good morning, he said. The hall replied together. I hear you chose someone honest, the chief said. That makes me proud. The pastor nodded. So did we, he said. Bring the person forward, Chief Okan said. David leaned back. He smiled. He expected an elder. Or a rich man. Footsteps sounded. Amina walked in. The room shifted. She wore her same dress. Clean. Simple. Her head was up. Her face was calm. David's smile vanished. His eyes widened. His mouth opened. It was her. The tomato girl. The poor girl. The one who spoke back. Chief Okan looked at the screen. And who is this? He asked. This is Amina, the pastor said. Daughter of Mama Rahila. Amina greeted softly. Chief Okan smiled. Speak, he said. Tell me about yourself. Amina's hands shook. She held them together. I sell food, she said. I care for my sick mother. I can read. I want to help the village. Her voice was gentle, but clear. David felt heat in his face. This was wrong. This was not how it should be. Chief Okan nodded. David, he said, you will work with her. The words dropped hard. David sat up straight. Sir, he said, you know the city. The chief said, she knows the people. Learn from her. David forced a smile. Yes, sir, he said. The call ended. The hall stayed quiet. David stood up. He walked toward Amina. She stood still. I did not know, he said softly. I was angry that day. Amina looked at him. Her eyes held no fire, only calm. I did not ask for this, she said. I only spoke truth. David swallowed. Baba Musa stepped forward. There is one thing left, he said. Everyone turned. The work cannot start, he continued, until peace is made. Murmurs filled the room. What peace? Someone asked. Baba Musa pointed. The same mouth that shamed. He said, must honor. David felt the weight. He knew what it meant. Amina said nothing. David looked around. Eyes were on him. The past stood before him. His pride battled his heart. Outside, the village waited. Inside, a choice was coming. And the whole village would soon see what David would choose. The market was full again, just like before. But this time, the air felt different. People stood in circles. Whispers moved fast. News had spread. David will speak today. About the poor girl. Amina stood near the edge. Her hands were calm. Her heart was not. She remembered the dust, the money on the ground, the laughter. David arrived slowly. No dark glasses. No big walk. His steps were heavy. Baba Musa stood near the center. He raised his hand. Today is about truth, he said. The crowd went silent. David stepped forward. His eyes searched the ground. He stopped where the tomatoes had fallen. The same place. His chest rose and fell. I was wrong, he said. His voice was low. People leaned closer. I spoke with pride. He continued. I hurt a girl who did not hurt me. Amina felt a tight pull in her chest. David lifted his head. He looked at her. You were richer than me, he said. Not in money. In heart. Gasps spread. David's knees shook. Slowly, he went down. Knees touched dust. A sound rose from the crowd. Phones came out. Hands covered mouths. David bowed his head. Amina, he said. I am sorry. The words were small, but heavy. Silence followed. Amina stepped forward. She stood in front of him. She did not smile. She did not frown. Stand up, she said. David looked up. His eyes were wet. She helped him rise. I forgive you, she said. Let us build this place together. The crowd broke into sound. Claps. Cheers. Baba Musa nodded. This is real wealth, he said. David stepped back. His shoulders felt light. For the first time, he breathed free. The pastor spoke next. The work will begin tomorrow, he said. People smiled. Children ran. Amina walked away from the crowd. She needed air. She sat near the borehole. Water splashed. Women laughed. Life went on. David watched her from afar. His pride was gone. Something new sat in its place. Respect. That evening, he packed his bags. He would stay in the village, not as a king, as a learner. Amina returned home. Her mother waited. Mama Rahila touched her face. I heard, she said. Amina nodded. You did well, her mother whispered. That night, the village slept in peace. The dust still lay on the road. The houses were still small, but hearts were lighter, and the meaning of wealth had changed forever. The next morning came softly. The village woke early. Men swept the square. Women fetched water. Children ran with joy. Work was about to begin. Amina stood near the new borehole site. She held a small notebook. Old. Worn. Baba Musa stood beside her. He pointed. This is where the school will stand, he said. Amina nodded. She wrote slowly. David arrived soon after. He wore simple clothes. No shine. No pride. People noticed. Whispers followed him. That is the rich man. The one who knelt. David heard them. He did not react. He walked to Amina. Good morning, he said. Amina turned. Good morning, she replied. Their eyes met. Calm. Respectful. They worked together. Side by side. Amina counted materials. Wood. Cement. Nails. David spoke with workers. He helped lift blocks. His hands got dirty. Some men laughed. City man, they joked. David smiled. He kept working. At noon, a car arrived. Dust rose. A message from the city. The pastor opened it. Chief Okan sends word. He read. He is pleased. The chief wanted pictures. Reports. Clear numbers. Amina showed the notebook. Every coin was counted. The elders nodded. She is careful, one said. David watched her. He felt shame again, but also pride. Later that day, David sat alone under a tree. Baba Musa joined him. You are changing, the old man said. David sighed. I was blind, he said. I thought money was power. Baba Musa smiled. Money talks, he said, but character stays. David looked at the village. Children played near the borehole. Water flowed clean. I want to do better, David said. That evening, the village gathered again. This time, not for shame, for hope. The pastor spoke. This place will grow, he said, and it will need leaders. He looked at David. Not leaders with loud mouths, he added, but leaders with soft hearts. David lowered his head. Amina stood quietly. Later, David walked with her. I hurt you, he said. I know words do not heal fast. Amina nodded. But work heals, she said. David smiled. That night, rain fell. Soft, clean. Water ran through the ground. Amina lay beside her mother. She listened to the rain. Her heart was full. David lay awake in the big house, but it did not feel big anymore. For the first time, he felt small, and that was good, because the next day, the whole village would see what true change looked like. The day of opening came at last. The village square was bright. Drums sounded. People smiled. The new borehole stood tall. Clean water flowed. Children clapped and shouted. Beside it stood the new school. Small, fresh paint, strong doors. Hope lived there now. Amina stood near the front. She wore the same simple dress. Clean. Neat. Mama Rahila sat on a chair. Her breathing was better. Her eyes were proud. David stood at the side. No dark glasses. No loud walk. Just a man. The pastor lifted his hand. Today, he said, we thank God. People nodded. We thank those who worked. He continued. And those who changed. He looked at Amina. She showed us honesty. He said. Claps rose. Then he looked at David. And he showed us humility. He said. The crowd murmured. David stepped forward. Slow. His heart beat hard. I want to speak, he said. The square went quiet. I came here with pride. David said. I thought money made me big. He paused. I insulted a poor girl, he said. In public. Gasps spread. I was wrong, he continued. Very wrong. He turned to Amina. I shamed you, he said. And I am sorry. His voice shook. I learned something, he added. True wealth is not cars, not houses, not clothes. He placed his hand on his chest. It is a clean heart. Silence followed. Amina stepped forward. She looked at David. I forgave you, she said. And I still do. She turned to the crowd. We all make mistakes, she said. But we must learn. The crowd clapped. Loud. Long. Mama Rahila wiped her eyes. Baba Musa smiled. Work began soon after. Children entered the school. They laughed. They ran. Water-filled buckets. Clean. Free. Life moved forward. David stayed in the village. He worked every day. He listened more. People trusted him again. Slowly. Amina continued her work. Careful. Honest. She taught young girls to read. At night. Under a lamp. Mama Rahila grew stronger. She smiled more. One evening, Amina stood near the borehole. The sun was low. Golden. She remembered the dust. The money. The words. She breathed out. That chapter was closed. The village had learned. And so had David. Because wealth can be lost. But character stays. True wealth is not money. It is respect. It is kindness. It is a clean heart. Be careful how you treat people today. They may be the ones who lift you tomorrow. If this story touched your heart, subscribe for more powerful African stories. More truth is coming.